that if it's synced up.
Alex.
Alright, starting to get some ones. It's a good sign.
Alright, Dominion mode activated. We got CEO Jael versus David.
This is going to be interesting. It's probably going to be Jael versus Markman.
All about precision.
This is the alternate version of the great match of CEO. See how David's Markman kind of matches up compared to Markman's Markman, which I think Markman's actually like the #1 Markman player on PSN, interestingly enough. I would hope so.
I missed you. What'd you say there, man? Sorry. Sorry, setting a brick squad.
Oh, toe taps.
You know, interesting though. I think I'm a little biased, but I think Jael's dive kick is really good. However, I see when his head gets bigger.
Honestly, like Jael's dive kick is really, really good.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, for me, playing Redacted, like, this is a matchup where it's like, you go against Jael and you're like, oh, it's no big deal. But, like, you will learn respect if you play Redacted against Jael. Because you will get headshot, like, 90% of the time. It's crazy.
Oh,
there we go.
Alright, so we have...
Too good.
Look at the cam of that. That is spot on.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the Jael cam. Jael cam.
Jael is not liking the look of this right now.
Nope.
Spring down. Oh, okay, he got out of that. Nice.
Jael is always picking characters he looks like. There we go.
Well, this is the one to pick. Okay, David's looking for items. Just got kickbox. Out of meter. Doesn't need it too bad for this matchup.
Now, what does that do when he's searching for items? What is that?
Okay, so think of it like Phoenix Wright and Marvin. Basically, he's got a whole bunch of junk items he can throw out, but all the junk items actually do different things. But mainly, he wants to look for the 3 pieces of the kickbox, which you see here. Okay. When he gets that, his special move makes it so he can actually do an upward kick.
Okay.
Which I don't know how much it's going to help him right now, but okay. So Jael takes game 1.
Don't trust me with your secrets.
So Markman's not the #1 Markman player right now. Yeah, Skull Dude, I think I recognize you from the forums.
So is there a counter pick to Jael?
Yes. There's a really, really big counter pick.
I don't think it's Mr.
However,
In.
this is not it.
Yeah, I don't think it's Mr. In at all.
If for some reason you feel very, very compelled to win against Jael, you pick Dr. Schultz.
Dr. Schultz.
Dr. Schultz, like, it's got to be like, it's at least an 8-2 in her favor. At the very least, an 8-2 in her favor. Some people will tell you that if she picks a Glow Gem, it's impossible for Jael to win. And that's really the only thing about Jael as a character. Is like, he's a really good character. You do not underestimate this character at all. The problem is he has really, really bad counter picks. Okay, that was a good headshot right there. I think David, well, I'm not sure if he actually figured this out. One of the things about fighting Jael is that you can get above him, like definitively above him when you're that close. You should get free hits.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, it's interesting because you want to get close, but you got to be careful because you see like his kick still like covers a really good area. Right
so, in essence, Mr. In could kind of be a counter pick because he jumps higher than Jael.
Kind of. I think it'd be slightly in Mr. N's favor because of that. But at the same time, I think if Mr. N had Dive Gem right now, it'd be more pronounced. So you see, like, Jael's still working this matchup pretty good. But you see, when he gets above him like that, using Magneto to get there, it's a lot easier. So if he wants to get close, that's what he wants to do. And of course, with Jael headshotted, it's a little easier to.
Well, yeah, once you headshot Jael, at that point, it's a free win.
And this is what I was talking about. It's like one thing that's interesting about Jael as a character is you think he kind of gets nerfed when his head gets bigger, but his dive height actually gets higher as his head gets bigger.
Okay.
So as he started getting more rounds, it was a lot harder for David to get above him, and that's why he kind of started losing that exchange.
All right, let me see who's going to be next. I don't know if it's going to be you or Leland, or if Jael's going to stay on. Jael, you're staying on?
Yeah.
All right.
Versus Beverage 55.
All right, Beverage 55, one of Melbourne's finest. Actually, a pretty solid Baz player. I love watching this guy play, and I kind of heckled him a little bit because I'm like, I'm gonna laugh if you actually make it to top 4 just because you play Baz.
All right, let's just be honest for a second. Beverage 55 definitely looks like someone who drinks beer every single day. He looks like he goes after trucking for 15 hours. He goes home, gets an 8-pack, puts on his hat, and just calls it a day. Beverage 55.
Yeah.
All right. So who are you liking in this matchup to Baz? I saw your matchup versus Baz when you were using, I think, Wolverine.
Yeah.
So what do you think of Baz?
Baz is... Here's the thing. Most people say that Baz is one of the worst characters in the game.
I doubt that.
Okay, here's the thing about Baz. Most people who play against Baz that have no idea how to fight against Baz are just going to get destroyed. Because Baz plays the game very differently from everyone else in the cast. So, if you don't know how to adjust your game against Baz, you're going to get destroyed. However, I'm pretty sure Jael has played this game enough that he knows how to fight Baz.
Yeah,
that's why we're about to see a
it's
fraud.
looking convincing with the fraud alert kind of come up.
Yeah, exactly.
Fraud section.
So, let's see if Beverage can escape. I guess not.
Look at the face on Jael right now. It is convincing
Now,
win.
Now, okay, I would not be surprised if Beverage decides to switch up to dive, because honestly, this is probably Baz's worst matchup. Just because Jafelli's kick is so very horizontal and he covers that space immediately in front of him. Okay, he sticks with Baz. It's an interesting choice. I fully expect him to dive because this matchup is really good.
All right, so here's one other thing here. This game, as fast as I see the potential for it to go, how do you feel about this game switching to a 3 out of 5 instead of a 2 out of 3? As a spectator, personally, from watching it, it's faster than Marvel,
Okay, so here's how I feel.
and it can be faster than any other game out there right now.
Personally, I would not argue against this game being 3 out of 5 because I like playing this game more. But objectively, I don't think this really deserves to be a 3 out of 5 game because I don't think it's that random.
It's because it's not that what?
It's not that random. Like, part of the reason
Okay.
that Marvel's a 3 out of 5 game is because, like, with X Factor and all the mechanics, the game is very chaotic, and it's also only based on one round.
So
This game really is about solid fundamentals, good spacing, good reads. Like, fundamental concepts of fighting games are very, very pronounced here. So I just don't really think it's that random to justify 3 out of 5. Okay, and now this is a very good situation for Beverage because he's got kick factor. He can probably still get the kill. Okay, so, okay, nice. That was
okay. All right.
So,
So after this, I have a counter argument to that.
okay.
Wait. I know Jael is going to pop off if he wins.
I'm surprised that Beverage isn't trying to go meter.
Ooh.
Nice.
It's tied up, 1-1. So Marvel, yeah, it's fairly random. It's very random, and you have your X Factor and things that can make the game go extremely fast, right? However, when you have a one-hit kill, in the same token, the game does end that equally as fast, if not faster,
I mean,
than your Marvel 3.
I can see your
Mechanics
justification,
aside.
but with Marvel, it has nothing to do with the speed of the game, but with the chaotic nature of the mechanics. Most people argued for 3 out of 5 back in the day because, like, you know, with X Factor, like level 3 X Factor characters like Wesker, these days Virgil, you know, you name it. People probably know this stuff better than I do. But level 3 X Factor just makes it so things can turn around so quickly that, like, with 3 out of 5, you have a better chance of getting the superior player coming out on top. That's the primary argument that they make. With this game, I think the superior player always comes out on top. Like, there's never a problem. If you play smart, you win. If you don't play smart, you lose. That's the summary of this game. Regardless of, like, you know, barring a few like, really, really bad matchups. But other than that, the superior player always comes out on top. Okay, nice job with disqualification. Good stuff. Okay, so now Baz is threatening to build kickback. This is a really, really good situation. Okay.
All right.
Good stuff.
Let's go to Jafali Cam.
Okay.
I might have to rename this.
All right, let's see if he dodges this. Okay, good. All right. Okay, well he's got no more kick factor to use, but still, he's only got one. He's only got one round that he needs to win here.
Oh.
That's good. Yeah, you can see that Beverage has been kind of adjusting his angles.
Is there a Guile theme for this game? Is there a Guile theme for this game?
I don't think there is a Guile theme for this game.
Oh, there it is. We got a friendly handshake.
This is what I was talking about with Beverage. Like, I mean, again, people will say what they want about Baz. The truth of the matter is you've got to be really smart in knowing where your opponent wants to try to attack you. And, like, he started adjusting for lower angles as the game was going on, and he was taking rounds a lot more quickly. And when he could keep building meter and get his kick factor down, that's when Baz can actually start doing a lot better in this matchup.
Damn it!
Are you out, Jabali?
Yeah, fourth place.
Okay.
How do I fraud someone to lose?
So Jafali, as he just said,
Bad,
frauded
man.
somebody and then lost. I don't know what that says. So next up we have Casanova, Don Martin,
All right.
versus Leland. You want to Casanova, right? Yeah. No, do you play back here? Not that much. Okay.
Just when I can, yeah.
All right, joining me on the commentating.
Can you hear me? Hello?
The stream should hear you.
Yeah.
I can't hear you, but everything else is fine.
All right. What's up, guys?
And you were just playing against your Bailey, right? So what did you think about that after getting frauded and then being able to come back? Yeah.
That's a new thing for me.
Really?
As I was telling you, I have a history of getting just bopped on stream. I'll get to stream, no matter what, I'll just get crushed.
So is it more?
I think it's a mental thing.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. Somewhere in there, I just was like,
Why is it 12?
12. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
first mic's way too quiet. I agree with that.
He's not up 12.
Alright, so we got Redacted versus S-Kill. Actually don't know what the matchup would be. I think it'd be in Redacted's favor. Dream, what do you think?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm just saying, I think Redacted wins this matchup.
Okay.
But I don't know. Alright, is that better, guys?
So this matchup, the game is still fairly new, but
Yeah.
in this matchup, what is it normally favoring towards?
S-Kill here. I mean, he kind of can play defensive and make Redacted come in a little bit.
Guys, this is a 3 out of 5 here.
Oh, this is finals, right?
Yeah.
Players finals.
Casanova sitting on the line.
Right now, he's going to be looking for the parry. He's going to try to get in the middle and go for
Oh.
Just like CBS 2 days.
Okay. I'm really contemplating putting this on player cam because after every win, you could definitely tell like people are like, I deserve that, or no, I shouldn't have had it.
Yeah.
It's that quick of a game where once you get that one hit, you can tell. I'm gonna switch it over. You should see Casanova's reactions as he wins or loses. Yeah, you can definitely see it. 'Cause it's not I got a combo off and I'm in there. It's like, no, I got exactly how I set it up. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's different when you drop a combo compared to when you just get outplayed.
Yeah.
How many people
There we
were
go.
in DiveKick tournament? How many people were in this tournament? That's a good question. 30. Yeah, there were 30 people.
30 people for the tournament?
Yeah. For the Player 1 bar in Orlando.
So it's interesting that Casanova is still staying mid, regardless of he's trying to keep keep the distance but stay in the middle and forcing Eskil towards
force him to come in and force him to make a mistake. And catch him, but instead he gets a headshot. Beck's going to go in. Beck's one of those characters, if he gets a headshot, like, he can get several rounds off that. Casanova is being real smart and aware of his meter too. Like anytime he recognizes he has parry, off his mirror teleport, he's kind of playing a more defensive game.
So what do you think of Eskil automatically switching to the defensive as soon as the match starts?
I think that's good in this match.
Is that in the play style of Eskil?
I think in general, in most matchups, yeah.
Okay.
Style of character.
As soon as the match starts, he's already backing off. It's, to me, I see that as giving your opponent ground.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's showing his matchup knowledge, but.
Well, it's not working here because we got a fraud detection.
Yep. All right, guys. Casanova is filling himself, so I'm switching over the player cam so you can see this. I think he's gonna pop off.
That's me. You guys see this video I got frauded?
I don't know if I did. I don't know if I did.
Everyone in Melbourne's watching me.
But I definitely just saw, like, further into this game. Look at that. Look at that. You could tell. But Leland never shows emotion. I don't know if you guys know about that. Leland's face does not change regardless of the outcome of the match. Yeah, it's... I wouldn't be surprised if Leland switched it up. Okay, there we go. We're not backing up, holding our ground.
Yeah, I'm not surprised Casanova's doing well either.
So
we had like a kind of like a for fun tournament up in Melbourne. He came this body over. He knows his stuff. He knows all the matchups.
Was he using Eskil?
He's using Redacted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think Leland should be using more parries in his matchup against Redacted?
I think he's trying. He's just...
I'm not seeing him throw anything out there.
He's not going to let him do it. I get meter and I just plop right in the middle.
Yeah.
Force him to come in.
Okay. Never count Leland out, guys. Never count him out.
I know Casanova said he hates kickback for Redacted.
He hates what?
He hates kickback because it's too fast. He can't
what does Phoenix say? He can't contain it. He can't hold it. Can't control it. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Oh, there it is. All right. Don Martin definitely respects that parry. He's holding on to those parries now.
Looking real strong.
And after that headshot, Redacted might be out if he gets parried.
I know. No clue what I'm saying.
Oh! All right. We need a third cam just for the crowd reaction. Just for the crowd. All right, there it is. It looks like Leland's going to try to come back here.
It is 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Round 1. DiveKick.
See, that was an option select. No, I'm just kidding.
Advanced technique.
Round 3, dive kick.
You stream monsters make me happy with your comments. Just want to let you know that.
Even though I don't talking about DiveKick.
It is okay. If DiveKick had one more button, it'd be the deepest game ever.
Oh yeah.
Round
What would it be though? What would
dive
that
kick.
Breathe. I don't know. All right, here we go. We're gonna see. Maybe are we gonna see a Casanova pop off?
Round dive kick.
All right. There it is. And John Martin takes that. Leland's going to go ahead. He's dropping to the losers.
Bodied by S-Kill.
All right, man.
Take care.
Don't say you're going to get bodied, man. Good luck. Best of luck. What am I putting on there again? Beverage 55. Right. Okay. All right, so Beverage 55 is going to be going against Leland here for losers. Casanova with a. I got a couple of questions about that matchup. So, is that I think it's more in favor of S-Kill for the simple fact that he could parry redacted. But Leland, as soon as the match started off, just immediately jumped back. He was retreating, not holding the line at all.
Right. Okay. So here's the deal. My S-Kill experience is not nearly as much as like a lot of other characters because there aren't many S-Kill players. But I've talked a lot with Adelheid Stark about the matchup, and I've actually I played a few really good S-Kill players online. So here's the deal. I think Redacted versus S-Kill is probably one of the most honest matchups in the game.
It looked very honest. The way the matches just went down to the wire.
It's a very even matchup, but here's the deal. I picked Dive Gem because it's all about knowing where S-Kill wants to be and where his movement options are. If I have Dive Gem and he commits to a dive instead of a kickback,
Yeah.
if he isn't spot on with his movement to respond, I can catch him out of the air pretty easily. And you saw I did that a few times. But the other deal is that if Redacted gets directly underneath S-Kill, if I crouch, there's nothing he can do about it. If he commits to a kick, if he commits to anything when he's in that position, when I'm crouched directly underneath him, it's like 9 times out of 10, it's a free round. So, the only thing that makes it hard is that, Redacted dives so high so fast. She's very vulnerable to getting parried if her spacing isn't perfect. But I still think it's a very even match. It's a very skill-based match. It's a lot of real intimate knowledge of the details. I think if anything, it lies more on the S-Kill player to do well, just because S-Kill's a harder character. To be honest. But in the hands of a good S-Kill player, it's actually one of my favorite matchups to play because I think it's very interesting. So, getting to the match here. Pretty even. Oh, nice.
All right, Trucker 55, aka Beverage 55, is up 1 game.
And Beverage has been doing a really good job of not getting too greedy with his angles, and that's a key thing with Baz. Is you gotta. Usually, if you aim low, you catch a lot of people who think that you're just going to go 90 degrees and just fall under your Okay, see, that's the kind of thing that people normally expect, and that's what you usually react to. So if you get a good space where you can do a low angle, that's usually where you catch people trying to punish you. And if anything, it's a little tricky for S-Kill because his dive kick is really slow. So he has to be spot on. He has to know exactly where you are. He doesn't have the leniency that other characters seem to have in making that guess.
It seems like if you get, not to sound like John Madden here, but if you attack first, Baz is pretty much nerfed. If you go on Baz on the offensive first, he really doesn't have an option until after his attack is out there.
Pretty much. So both players got nothing out of it. But yeah, no, see, the thing with Baz is Baz wants to go meter. Because kick factor is so important to his success, especially in a lot of matchups. So what you generally want to do is you want to constantly push Baz in the corner, so that he has to find a way to escape and then react to his escape option. That way you keep him from building meter freely, and you put yourself in a better position. With S-Kill, it's kind of hard because S-Kill doesn't have a lot of forward movement. It's very hard for him to move forward. But Beverage right now doesn't seem to be kind of just going for meter building. But a lot of Baz players, especially in certain matchups, they'll just start spamming kicks to go for meter. In some matchups, you want the kick factor to give you the edge in the matchup. And right now, it seems like he's trying to play more. Yeah, he's trying to play more of the guessing game.
Yeah.
And he's getting some pretty good angles here. But
So, here's the question. So, right here. Yes.
Okay, so here's the strategy against Baz. The strategy against Baz is that you never, ever, ever want to move back and give him space to get meter. You always want to be pushing him into the corner. However, you have to be ready for him to use an angle that will actually be attacking. Then what you have to do is when you see that he's going for an attack angle, you have to aim for where he's going to go with that angle. Which, against like a lot of Baz players who aren't as well refined, they usually just try to go for 90-degree angles, so you can aim high and usually be fine. Smarter Baz players, however, will start aiming a bit lower because they want you to hit kick late so that you land on their lightning. So, me personally, when I fight against Baz's reactor, I'm always just doing dive kick. I'm always moving forward, always pushing into the corner. And then when he goes for an angle attack, I usually err in favor of aiming for a low angle. Because even if he goes for a high one, he usually ends up dodging. You end up dodging the lightning, and yeah, he gets away, but then you just keep pressing him again. You can't let him build kick factor. And if you get a headshot, the matchup immediately goes a lot to your favor. Because he's very dependent on meter to have options against certain characters. So, Leland's up 2-1. 2 rounds in this game. See how Beverage can kind of adapt to it. I think Leland's starting to catch on to his attack patterns here.
You know, it definitely looks like S-Kill, not to say counter pick, but with his ability to jump, teleport, kind of nullifies Baz's lightning.
Yes and no. Okay, so yeah, got that kick factor. You
okay,
there you
go.
To do the damage. So that's what I'm talking about, where you want to do a lot of meter building. Actually, depending on who you ask, some S-Kill players will tell you this is one of their more difficult matchups because if your reactions and your spacing are not perfect in your kicks, you usually just lose the round. And of course, S-Kill can't parry Baz's lightning. He's one of the only characters in the game that parry is like almost useless in this matchup. However, Trick is very good in this matchup, but you see, he actually read that and got out of there. So we're getting pretty close to a conclusion. He's got kick factor. This is bad. Yeah. That was the time.
That is ridiculous. That didn't look like S-Kill should have taken that one.
Yeah, he probably should have, but the problem is like when Baz is that much meter and he gets that kick factor going, you got to play his game for 3 seconds. You got to be ready.
All right.
Indeed. Shout out to Multi Boy. All right, 2-2.
You go against the winner of these guys, right?
I believe so. Yeah. Last game was just finals. Nice catch.
Round 2. DiveKick.
Beverage is trying to aim for S-Kill's initial dive, but I think Leland's actually kind of using both of his movements so that he doesn't have to reappear. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Wow.
That should have been death for Leland twice, but somehow he managed to escape that. But Baz holds the line. That could have been a really bad situation for Leland if he would have been attacked. And I'm not sure if that shocker from Beverage was intentional. It kind of blew through all his meter right there.
All right, I'm going to say something really goopy. What do you think of I know it's too soon, but like a super dive kick? What could they add to something like this?
Really, the only thing is new characters.
So the mechanics are, the core mechanics are already there. There's no real fixes.
Here's the other thing, and this is a little Easter egg. Of course, I'm a programmer and a huge nerd, so of course I don't know about this. If you have the PC version of the game, and you go into like the files for it on like your Steam folder, they actually have like a whole bunch of information stored in XMLs that tell you like the stats of all the characters. And there's actually a file in there that talks about gems, and there's like 5 or 6 gems that are listed in that XML that are not in the game. Where there's like things where it's like you get like a 20% boost to your kick, but only a 10% decrease to your dive. There's things like the mini versions of the YOLO gem that give you boosts to all of your stats, but give you like some other disadvantages. Lots of interesting things. I mean, if there was a super dive kick, maybe they could add those gem options. I think that might be overcomplicating the game a little bit, so maybe that's not a good idea. I think if there was going to be a quote-unquote super dive kick, you probably just add more characters, make a few very small tweaks to a couple of characters, and you'd be good to go. Alright, see, yeah, that was good. Trick is very, very good in this matchup for SK, especially when Baz is headshotting. It's almost I think Leland recognized. Oh, okay. Yeah, Beverage tries to push forward a little too much there, and Leland takes the match.
Alright, man, so going against Leland.
This is the rematch.
Grand Finals. Good luck, man. AJ Bailey, is it 3 out of 5 still?
Grand Finals and back to AE.
After this, we're going to go back to AE. I know everybody like me is thinking wins Marvel. I totally feel you guys. Pause. Looks like we're going to have another Redacted and S-Skill matchup. John Martin is throwing sticks and chairs.
That's what I do, right?
Right. Joining me back on the mic is Beverage 55.
Right, yeah.
So we were talking about that matchup, Baz
the big
versus
thing
S-Skill.
I was building meter, and I just wasn't paying attention, and he had the air special, which is where he comes right down on you, and I was still just building meter with kick, and that was, he got the headshot, he got momentum, he was able to...
See, once you got the kick factor, that you could definitely see the game was just turning in your favor.
Yeah.
There wasn't really anything he could do because he couldn't even parry it.
Yeah, because I can kind of jump and see what he's doing and just react. It's a little hard. That's a little tougher to deal with.
We've seen this match obviously before. Do you think he's going to go the same way? Is Casanova going to?
He switched it up. He's going with kick. He feels S-Kill's a bad matchup. I don't
okay. There we go.
Kick's a good character.
We got Redacted versus Team Black Actors.
Yeah. See a little bit of meter all day?
So Casanova only has to take this once. Leland has to fight his way out of losers.
Yeah, so he's got to win 2 sets.
Yep, got to win 2 sets, guys. 7 games.
He's going to build meter and kind of give up space, but he gets a headshot for it. Yeah, there were a few Kung Pals. I think there were 2.
Wow.
I don't know if there's any characters I didn't see, actually.
Yeah, did you run into any Kung Pals during the tournament?
There were 2 Kung Pals. There was a stream.
Fraud detection warning.
We're working for another fraud detection.
I think anytime fraud detection, it's player camber time.
Oh, definitely.
Casanova is filling himself
And,
in the most sincere way.
Leland's not showing much.
Yeah, Leland's never going to show you any emotion. He's not going to show that to you. It looks like Leland actually has Diaminion mode activated. I cannot see this guy at all.
Where is he? I know, man. Shonen Jump vs. Capcom. I'd buy that. I'd buy it day one.
I'd watch the stream of that.
You'd watch it.
I just want CBS 3. I want that more than anything.
Yeah, I could do with that.
Oh, what would happen if we were to get triple fraud detection?
Triple frauded?
I think at that point,
one thing the game needs to be programmed. Where if you get streaks of frauds,
yes,
it comes up double fraud.
That's what I was telling Casanova. What if they had a super dive kick or something like that?
Yeah, super. Add 2 characters.
Yeah.
Add some new features.
Make like a Drake YOLO gym.
Yeah, new gyms.
I think we might get a double fraud detection.
No.
I think we might get it.
S-Kill, because it's the character he's comfortable with, even though he clearly doesn't like the matchup.
So I'm gonna buy Casanova a drink if he gets double fraud.
No, it's done. Watch, it's coming. Oh, I don't mean the commentators curse that.
Double
Detection
fraud? Double
warning.
fraud?
Fraud detection.
I'm not biased.
ラウンド
I just want to see it happen. First time in DiveKick history, double fraud. I've seen this before in practice mode. Just kidding. Double fraud. We got a double fraud.
Fraud detected.
I think the
You
crowd
hate to
fell
see
down.
that kind of
You see the
thing
crowd
happen.
Kind of like they got excited and they just died down. Like, oh,
Yeah.
no, not like this.
White cut incoming.
White gun incoming. Wow.
キャラクター
Oh yeah, XRD. Everyone's getting excited
So-
about XRD.
Triple fraud, free drinks. His next 2 drinks are free.
Not bad.
Casanova, if
Not
you get
bad.
triple fraud, free drinks. We might get triple fraud. His hipster beard is tingling.
Fraud
right.
detection warning. Fraud detection warning.
ラウンド1
Did he just go YOLO, Jim?
Oh yeah, he did.
The balls on Casanova.
Nobody on the stream is saying collusion either.
Detected.
Triple fraud, free drinks. Casanova.
Casanova takes it
All right, so I'm going to have you and Casanova talk here on the mic since both
Okay.
you guys